Good morning everyone, Mr. Beam is here with another video. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a 2D detail item for bolts, but not on the plan but on the elevations. So you probably can remember these typical column splice, and we actually done the creating of the family for these welds. You can check the video in this corner, and also I have showed you how to create these 2D bolts on the plan view. Again, you can see the relevant video in this corner. Now we are going to create the elevation for the bolts, which is this one. So you may ask this question, that why we are showing the bolts like this. I mean, the bolt is, probably is a hexagonal, and it shouldn't be like that. So if you are architect, you are going to show the bolt as it is, which is a fancy. But whenever you are doing a structural drawing, we show the bolts with the filled region of the black color. But if we are going to show very high details, so yes, we can show the bolt as its actual representation. So let me also show you on the internet, for example, other samples that you can find on the internet. So for example, this is a base plate drawing, and as you can see here, the bolts on the elevation is black, and we have two lines at the two ends sticking out, and also on the plan is just a black circle with a plus. So this is a pretty standard structural drawing. Great, I'm going back to the Revit, and let's create this family. So this family here, I'm going just to click on it and typing CS for create similar, and it just actually is a line based, and we are going to create this family with the parameter of the changing its diameter. So to do that, let's go to the file and new, click on the family, and the family templates. Let's go to the English folder, and let's go and find metric detail item. Sorry, metric detail item line based. Let's open that one. Amazing. So what we have to do is first to create two reference planes. So I'm going to click on this reference plane. I'm typing CS for creating similar. On the peak lines, I want to have an offset of 10 millimeters from this line and also this line. One thing, we are going to change this length to something like let's say 50, because this one just too big. On family types, you can change this length to 50, typing 50 and click on OK. So this line, this should be 10, and I'm going to type DI for dimensioning. I'm picking this line, then to this line, this is 10 mil, and picking this line to this line, this is also 10 millimeter. Then I'm selecting these two dimensions. Actually, this is a fixed one, so I'm going just to lock it. I'm clicking on this one is also lock it. We can change the scale to 1 to 50 to have a better and clear view. So I will create the bolt here, and this 10 millimeter is sticking, the line will stick out. So I'm going to the create and click on the line. Subcategory detail item is OK. I'm clicking in this intersection to this intersection, and I'm tabbing on escape. So if we want to test it, first of all, I'm switching off the thin lines. We can type TL. So if I grab this line and just move it, you can see that it will change the length, and also there is a fixed 10 mil here. Sometimes if you are not very sure that these lines, I mean the head of this line and the end of the line is aligned with these two lines, we can align it again. So by typing AL, I'm first clicking on this reference line and then clicking head of the line, and I'm going to lock it. It's already locked, but if you want to make sure, you can do it. And same procedure for this one, and lock it. But anyway, if I drag this line, you can see that it's just moving. If I want to drag this line, again, same thing will happen, because this 10 millimeter here is actually locked. So if I move this one, this also will move, but the opposite is just 10 mil because they are locked together. But if I unlock this unlock, and if I move this one, only this side will move, which we don't want it. And if I move this one, it would be something like this. So again, I'm going to click on this line. I'm actually going to just click holding the Control and Z for undo, another Z, and this is what I want. Okay, cool. Now let's add the bolt. Go to the create on field region. So if we can find any black, solid black, this one will work. Amazing. And the subcategory detail item, that's okay. I'm going to just create a rectangular here. And locking this line, and I'm locking also this line. Again, if you forgot to lock it, you can type AL and align the two lines. You can either align it whenever you're still in the sketching mode, or you can do it after you finish the sketch. But I have to type DI for dimensioning. So I'm clicking here, this line and that. I'm picking somewhere here, so it should be equal is spaced. And I'm picking this line, and clicking here. And I'm hitting escape. I'm clicking on this dimension. So I have to assign a parameter to this one. So we don't have any parameter. I'm going to create a parameter. We can use it as an instance, and I'm going to call it bolt diameter, bolt DIA, and I'm going to click on OK. So by default, the bolt diameter, let's say it's 20 mil, and I'm going to click on OK. And let's click on finish edit mode, and we can test it. We can test it either here, like doing this, and as you can see, there is a problem here because we didn't lock the dimension. I'm going to hold the Control and typing Z for undo. We can also do it here, undo and redo. So we have to lock this dimension. Then I can just move this line, and you can see it's working perfectly. So there is no problem with it. And again, I can test it. Its diameter to 24. Let's click on apply. It's perfectly working. For M12, it's working again well. So I'm going to click on OK. So let's save this family. I'm going to save it as bolt elevation and maximum 1 recovery file and saving, and let's load it to the project. Okay, so I'm going to just create one of them here. That's great. If you want to create the same thing, you can go to Annotate and Detail Component. Here is bolt elevation. You can even search for it here. So bolt elevation. So let's say I'm going to delete this and CS creating similar. I'm going to have a bolt here. So the diameter is actually, it should be 20, so we can change this bolt diameter to 20, and boom. Just one thing I want to add, you can edit this family go to the properties family types, and you can edit this parameter, make it as a type, and clicking on OK. I'm going to create a new type. Let's say M12 is 12, and M16, I will change this bolt diameter to 16, clicking on apply. M20, clicking on OK, changing this bolt diameter to 20 and clicking on apply. And M24, changing this bolt diameter to 24 and hitting apply. So whenever I'm going to 12, it's 12, 16, 16, 20, 20, and 24, 24. So if I click on OK, then I'm going to load it to the project. We are going to save it and clicking on OK. Override the existing version. Yes. So now the parameter for diameter it's not an instance anymore. It's a type parameter, and you have to choose the type. So it can be M16, it can be M24, but it's up to you that you want the bolt diameter as a instance or as a type. You can even create a new type. I can create a new type and duplicate this one and saying that that one is M10, for example, and changing this bolt size to 10. Now we have a new type, which is M10. Alright, this is the end of this video, and thank you so much for watching.